Okay, we're live. Hey guys, how you doing? Shaka, Daniel here from the YouTube channel Chase That Coin, and I just wanted to come and review what's been happening this week, and we've all seen a crazy bull market for Monero, and I'm getting questions. I've been getting questions of what's a good buy spot, where do I think it's going. Um, so I just wanted to come here and uh, tell you guys what I see. Now, as far as Monero, I think Monero is up 200 to 300% on the week. I think more so in the 200%. It's up 100% in 24 hours. Um, I was expecting a pullback from the $4 range, and I was expecting a recorrection, a retracement, but that didn't happen. And when you're dealing with all-time highs and all-time lows, once it breaks an all-time high or all-time low, the market can go anywhere. I'm very aware of that, but I definitely was expecting a pullback in the Monero market, but we haven't seen that. Instead, I went to sleep and woke up, and it's up another 100%. Um, so let's get into the chart. I drew up the chart already. If you guys don't know how to the steps that I take when drawing up a chart, you guys can go back and look at my video titled "How Do I Trade Ethereum Classic," and that gives you the very basic setups of what I do. Now, guys, we all have to keep this in mind. Uh, Cryptocurrency is just like any other financial market. You have to be ready to trade the news. Um, Cryptocurrency is a little bit different because any sort of slight news, it doesn't have to be true, it could just be hearsay, will bring in great speculation. So I saw uh, some talk about Monero being used in the dark market. It went from $2 to $4, and some other dark markets announced that they were going to be using Monero, and then it went from last night from $4 up to $7 this morning. Now it's at eight something. Let me give you the excuse me. Let me give you the exact price. Right now it's at 845. A million and a half satoshis, almost a million and a half satoshis. So I just want to say this real quick, guys. I'm not telling you what to do, but my specific trading style to buy into these big green candles because I don't want to have to deal with retracements, very sharp and quick retracements. That doesn't mean that when you see these big green bull candles, that doesn't mean that it can't keep going up. Because as I just said, when it breaks an all-time low or all-time high, it can keep going in a new direction until it creates a new support or resistance. But my personal opinion is that I cannot trade these big green candles. I just can't do it. My style won't allow for it, and that's why I'm able to still trade with the initial money that I've invested and not having to keep reloading because I don't uh, take super risks um, that can break my account. All right, so yeah, let's get into it. As you guys can see, I drew a floor, this red line down here, which is the floor, right? I also tacked on this purple level right here at 935,000 Satoshis. The reason that I did this is because the way I draw my support and resistance lines is I draw them after the moves. So, perfect example, this red line down here, this was a move. It came up, it bounced. I put a support line here. This blue line, it came back down. But since there's a floor here, I don't necessarily need to put another support line here. All right, now I'm looking for another zone that it's gonna pop to and then retrace. So it came up to 935,000 Satoshis right here, and this green candle, and this wick right here, I mean. And as you can see, the wick hit, it pulled back, right? It tried to, it retested the support line. The support was, it was kind of strong at the moment, right? For a couple days here, 1, 2, 3, 4 days, right? 5 days. The fifth day, it broke the resistance line, right? But then came back down. Okay. Went to sleep, woke up. We have this huge green candle, right? So the reason that I didn't put a support up here at this big green candle yet is because this is the daily chart that I'm looking at, and the day hasn't closed out yet. So it would make no sense for me to put here when the day isn't done yet and it can go higher, you know. So I'm gonna wait till this day closes out, and then I'm gonna put my roof on, right? Okay. So I also threw a fib on here from the bottom of this move up to the top. And like I said, the day isn't closed out, so I can always readjust this. But I'm gonna go with this for right now. All right. Normally we see in pullbacks when a big move happens, a big bull move happens, usually the retracement is about 60 to 70%, right? So right about in here, you see it's 38.2, 38.2 fib level. If this thing was going to retrace, and I'm not saying it is, I mean, if this thing is going to pull back right now, I'm not saying that it is, but as we're talking, it's pulling back a little bit. But if it was to pull back and correct, I would expect it to correct right in this zone right here. Let's get a level in there. In fact, let's put a thumb there. I would expect it to come to this level right here, right in this green thumb. Pull all the way back down here. Maybe even go a little bit lower before correcting back out in this level. Right? A good trader, guys, and good traders know not to chase runs. Only amateurs are going to chase runs and buy up here and then walk away from the computer screen and it pull back on them 70%. And then they're crying and they're saying trading is a scam and they hate trading. But you have to, you have to find a discipline. When I mean a discipline, you have to figure out what kind of trading style you like. What's your trading plan? Excuse me. Once you find out what your trading plan is, you have to stick to your trading plan, right? You don't wanna just freestyle like, okay, I see big green candles, so it's obviously going up. Let me buy. That's how people lose lots of money. Not only is that how people lose lots of money, that's how people end up saying that trading is a scam and they hate trading and it doesn't work and it's so complex. It is it's not really that complex. I mean, there are a lot of complex systems out there, but you can create a very easy system for yourself, back test it, and then be very profitable. So what I'm expecting is I'm this is and like I said, guys, trade at your own risk, and this is not 100%. Um, what I'm expecting is I expect this thing to pull back down. Right now we're at 1.5 million satoshis. I'm expecting this thing to pull back down to about 700,000 satoshis before taking off and creating an all-time new high with this whole dark market news. And I don't know how the dark market guys are feeling about Monero at this current point in time. But news is news, guys. News affects Forex in a certain way, and it also affects, well, any kind of financial market. I'm just saying Forex because that's what I trade. But news triggers breakouts or pullbacks. So if you want to be a trader in cryptocurrency, you have to be ready to trade the news, right? If you hear some really bad news regarding a currency that you're involved in, you would want to really, really consider, especially if you're in a profit already, you really might want to consider taking your profit off the table, seeing what the move does, and repositioning yourself to re-enter the market. Not only is this going to save your profit, but it's also the profit that you've already made, but it's also going to allow you to increase your position, right? Now, let's say if we're up here, perfect example. Let's say we're up here in the 1.5 million Satoshi range for Monero. Let's say we have 1,000 Monero, right? And then news comes out saying dark markets are reconsidering Monero, and they're probably looking into something more a little bit more stable, like Dash. If you read an article like that, you might really want to consider taking your profits off the table up here at 1.5 million, right? Seeing how the news, sometimes the news takes a day or two to really take effect, most likely a day to really take effect. See where it pulls back to, and then reposition yourself. If you were to do that and sell off up here, your 1,000 Monero up here, and reposition yourself back down here in the 700,000 range, you could easily turn 1,000 Monero into 1,200, 1,300 Monero, something like that. That's rough math. Don't quote me on that, but you get what I'm saying. You can easily boost your position by taking your profits off the table and looking for re-entry spots. Now, if you guys don't know, I participated in a couple ICOs. Now, if it's something like the Waves platform or something like that, I'm not gonna really sell off because it's so early in the currency's lifespan or whatever you want to call it, that I'm just gonna sit and hold for something like a brand new ICO that I took part in. Is just or fresh on the market. It's been out for 2-3 months, or like a Lisk or something like that. I'm not really looking to at the profits so much right now because the profits are nothing. It's really small. They haven't developed their coin to the point that they want it yet. So I'm not really stressing about that. But in something that I've just taken a position in to ride up or to go back to the retracements, I'm definitely going to always consider uh, when I see some bad news, I'm going to always consider, maybe I should take my profits off the table right now. Because this market, all markets have amateur traders, but this is my personal opinion. The cryptocurrency market has, most of it is amateur traders. And amateur traders are very fickle. So any kind of good news, no matter what the coin is, speculators are going to jump on it. Any kind of bad news, people are going to be looking to take their positions off the table. So yeah, perfect example, Ethereum Classic. I'm expecting a sharp pullback in Ethereum Classic, just off the strength of the DAO hacker, the news of the DAO hacker being able to get his funds on, I think, September 2nd. And also this 51% attack that's happening with Krypton and a lot of ETH-based cryptocurrencies. So, and this is, like I said, guys, this isn't 100%, but I'm expecting sharp pullbacks in Ethereum Classic, maybe Expanse, Krypton. I'm not sure. The last time I checked on it, it was up a little bit. I didn't really see why when it was being 51% attacked. I didn't really see why it was up. It was up like about 10%, but I don't have a position in Krypton or Soil or any of those. I did have a position in Ethereum Classic. I sold it off to do exactly what I'm telling you guys about right now, which is repositioning myself. I sold off my Ethereum Classic to reposition myself to keep my profits and increase my Ethereum Classic position. All right, guys. So just a quick overview. I think this thing will definitely go a lot higher. I'm thinking like the $20-$30 range. I think it's gonna, me personally, I think it's gonna pull a Litecoin and do one of those $20-$30 range before recorrecting, and a sharp recorrection. But yeah, but before it gets up there to the $20-$30 range, I think it's gonna recorrect. Like I said, back down here in between 580,000 Satoshis and 737,000 Satoshis. I'm expecting it to pull back from up here to down here, right? Pull back from all the way up here where it's at to down here before taking off. If this news is actually real news, we're going to see the effects. Right now, this is all speculation, so that's why I'm expecting a pullback. But if the news is real and the dark markets, people in the dark market start actually using Monero, it's going to come down here to a reload zone, then it's going to take off before recorrecting again. So yeah, guys, be on the lookout for that. So you guys have any questions, anything going on? Can you guys hear me good? Do a little quick Q&A before I end this, because I'm trying to go to the gym, get my little workout on. I've been really busy lately, and I'm trying to get my new schedule down packed so that I can give you guys the best quality videos and frequent videos that I can. But yeah, that doesn't mean that I've lost interest in crypto or anything like that. I'm definitely looking for spots in the market at all times. Yeah. So I don't see any questions in the chat box. So I think I'm going to get ready to conclude this one, guys, and head out. Share this on Facebook, Twitter, anywhere. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel. And yeah, share this out, guys, and just keep chasing those coins.